Hello, YouTube. It seems like a lot of you have been searching for what is rebranding.
No way.
Let me guess, it popped up in your search bar, right? Well, I'm here to answer that very question. Let's dive right in. But hold on, before we get started, shout out to my subscribers. You guys rock.
No way.
If you're new here, there should be a subscribe button down here somewhere for you to click on. So, what is rebranding anyway? On the surface, rebranding is when a company changes its image, could be a new logo, new visuals, or even a new company message. But rebranding can go much deeper than that. Sometimes it's a whole shift in a company's mission, values, or how they want to be perceived. Let me give you an example. Remember the first Apple logo? No? You're probably better off. This was Apple's original logo in 1976. Yeah, oof. In 1977, they hired Rob Janoff, who came up with the new iconic bitten Apple logo. Oh wait, something's not right here. Now, much better. And just like that, Apple became a high-tech, futuristic brand. It wasn't just about the logo, it represented a whole new direction for the company. So now you're wondering, why should any company consider rebranding? Well, here are a few good reasons. Reason number one, your brand is outdated. First up, if your brand feels and looks like it was conceived in the Stone Ages by today's standards. Hey, I love the 60s, 70s, or even the 80s aesthetics as much as the next person, if they are still alive. But today's audience, not so much. If your brand feels stuck in a different era, it's time for a makeover. Reason number two, market evolution. When your market changes, your brand has to keep up. The best case is IBM and how they had to shed their mainframe image when the PC revolution was around the corner in 1974. That is why they made the shift and introduced their now famous striped logo in 1972, positioning the company as a leader in the personal computing and software space. Reason number three, mergers and acquisitions. Your company may suddenly become part of something bigger. Take Boeing and McDonnell Douglas, for example. McDonnell Douglas adopted Boeing's name, but it wasn't all smooth sailing. Not all rebranding efforts go as planned. It did not take long before McDonnell Douglas' sales-driven management style and focus on cost-cutting and increasing shareholder value led to serious aviation problems that tarnished Boeing's once stellar reputation. Now, Boeing is grappling with the aftermath, particularly concerning quality issues with the 737 MAX. John Oliver did a great segment on this, which I recommend everyone to watch. It's hilarious and sad at the same time. Reason 4, new audiences. New kids are born every day and eventually they are going to grow up to replace your existing target audience. Calvin Klein did it right. They kept the core classic, but their bolder new look spoke directly to the next generation, and it has done wonders for the brand. Reason 5, bad reputation. Lastly, a troubled history can force you to rebrand. Take Wachovia. They merged with Wells Fargo, hoping to leave their bad rep behind. Did it work? Not so much. They shed their troubled market presence with their rebrand, but kept the shady practices. So they are due for another rebrand if you ask me, and this time they should do it from the inside out. To summarize, You are due for a rebrand if you are growing or you are trying to prevent decline. Okay, now that we have established what rebranding is and outlined the reasons to take on that task, let's talk about the fun stuff, the steps to rebranding. Here are the 5 key phases of rebranding. Phase 1, research and audit. First, dig deep into your current brand. Figure out what works, what doesn't, and most importantly, get feedback from your customers. Conducting a SWOT analysis can be really instrumental. And if you're wondering what the heck those acronyms mean, that's strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Whatever you do, don't skip this crucial first step, because this step may determine that you do not need to rebrand. There are still brands from the 70s that are relevant today. Again, IBM is a great example of a 112-year-old brand that has remained a relevant technology provider since its rebranding, originally designed by the great Paul Rand in 1956 and modified into the current Stripe version in 1972. Phase 2, define your brand strategy. This is where you set your brand's North Star. What do you want to be known for? How should people feel when they interact with your brand? This is where you must figure out if the company you are today is still relevant or if you need to evolve to be able to resonate with an entirely new target audience. This is a crucial step because it allows you to explore whether you need to refine and retool your existing message or overhaul it completely. Phase 3, develop your new identity. Now the fun part, creating your new identity, logos, colors, typography, all that good stuff. But don't skimp on quality. Remember Tropicana's 2009 rebrand debacle? They changed their logo and packaging, but the new look was too drastic and lost the brand's original charm. Customers were confused and sales dropped by 20%. Phase 4, implementation. This is where your brand rolls out across every channel, websites, social media, products. Ensure that your employees are on board and excited about the change. They're your brand ambassadors, after all. Make sure to have a brand launch plan. Sometimes rebranding a company comes as a shock to old clients and customers. It is important to put their mind at ease that this change is perceived positively so that you don't alienate your existing customer base. Slowly, signal to your current customers that you are going through a transformation with them in mind. This will allow your company to get their buy-in gradually and methodically. You can even involve them in the rebranding process so that they feel invested in your company's transformation. This will allow them to claim ownership of the process and feel proud that they have contributed to the company's growth. Phase 5, monitor and evolve. Finally, monitor how your brand is doing. Rebranding isn't a one and done deal. It's an ongoing process. This is where you need to assess your brand health constantly in order to make adjustments swiftly if you see market perception that is departing from how you want your brand to be positioned in your marketplace. You're in luck. I have written an ebook on how to measure your brand health and use that data to make informed decisions about improving your brand or investing in a rebranding effort. I've placed a link to download the ebook in the description below. So that's rebranding in a nutshell. Remember, it's about staying relevant and aligning with your audience. Is it time for your brand to evolve, or are you still rocking that vintage vibe? If you found this helpful, smash that like button, subscribe, and share with your fellow business person people. You know what I mean. or whoever you feel can use it. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video. Keep innovating and stay awesome. Peace. Hey, you. Are you looking for great branding content? Yeah? What are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button. It's right here. I made it really easy. Right here. Or check out these other amazing videos I've produced for you. For free. It's right here. Subscribe. Other videos. Yeah, good stuff.